on digital radio, on the app, on your smart speaker, on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch.tv, and Facebook. The Sportscast. Expect the unexpected.
The Jersey Boys Sports Talk presented by The Sportscast.
The Jersey Boys Sports Talk with Victor Arocho and Byron Jones. And here's your host, Victor Arocho.
All right, live out of Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Welcome to the Jersey Boys Sports Talk, hosted by Byron Jones and Victor Arocho. Brought to you by The Sportscast. Today is July 24th. I had to make sure I got that day right. July 24th. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the Sportscast on all our channels, YouTube, X, Spotify, iTunes. And we are streaming on your favorite podcast streaming services. So please give us a rating, a review. It'll help us out tremendously. Don't forget to please, if you like what you hear, smash the like button on YouTube. Follow us so you can hear exciting things that are happening. We have a lot of guests from different podcasts. We're going to have an exciting season coming up. So we really appreciate it, and we appreciate all the listeners. Let's get ready to rumble, Mr. Byron Jones. How you doing, man? I see three digits, the temperature up there.
Yeah, it's a little hot. It wasn't that bad today because I was out with my mother today. But it's coming tomorrow. Is where it's supposed to be, like 107.
Oh my God! All right, so we got one of our regular guests. He's a big Dolphin fan and a sports enthusiast. Let's bring to the show and to the stage, Mr. Kevin Tyre. Mr. Kevin Tyre, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
You doing good? You know, so I always talk weather with Byron because it's either freezing, it's just nice, or it's hot.
Right.
He's got everything possible.
One or the other, huh?
Exactly, man. And it's just crazy hot there. I was looking at early morning when I was up early this morning. You know, the first thing comes on is like the news thing, and they're just showing this massive heat wave, 100 and everything. And I'm laughing. I'm like, yeah, Byron. Yeah, I'll talk about Florida and the humidity and all of this stuff. I go, we rarely reach 100.
Yeah,
we rarely reach 100. You know,
well, temperature wise, it feels like.
Yeah, but no, 100 feel like 100.
Yeah.
You know, and we were talking to a gentleman 2 nights ago about, out west in Arizona, and they could that so-called dry heat. You can keep it. It's hot. That dry heat, I'll take Florida heat anytime.
Yeah.
And then I live by the water, so it gets in and out. It's still hot, but, I mean, It wasn't like, that kind of hot. Like, you can't walk a block. You're dead. You're sweating. Everything's itching. It's crazy. All righty. So, Mr. Byron Jones, there's a lot of talk going on. The Eagles are playing it low. So let's get to the stage here. Let's go. All righty. Just making sure we got our guests coming into the show. And where did Byron? He did the banners. I can't see some of my right contact is bothering me. All righty, let's get going. So the Giants, I think you just put it in. Giants just signed here 2 guys. The Giants have significantly bolstered their safety position with 2 key additions, Javon Howard and Kayvon Wallace. I'm getting excited, man. They're starting to build some of that around. Why are you going in between? You picked them to win the conference. I mean, I like that we're making some defensive moves there, Byron.
Yeah, but he didn't. Santiago needs to update because we have like a little issue with Malik Neighbors that's going on right now.
Oh, what's that got to do with these 2 guys? Hold on, we'll talk about that next.
I'm just saying,
I got it. We'll get there. But look, at the end of the day, we're defense in the NFC East is really what wins. I mean, as awesome as Philly has been, and with when they've been able to put up points and so forth, that Super Bowl was a defensive win, and even Philadelphia fans will agree to that.
Yeah,
Kevin Tyre?
I thought they were pretty good, with the safety position because they did have the kid that got hurt. Newman, the one from Michigan, Minnesota, got hurt. He was playing, lights out. And then Dane Belton, the other safety, the young safety they had, was like a interception magnet. I think he had like 4 or 5, already in a couple of years. And then by them signing, these guys, Javon, Holland, and Kayvon Wallace. I think he played with Seattle at one time. But yeah, they need to be better at the back end because they've kind of, when the other kid went out.
Or you can't have enough D backs with an offensive league, right? I mean, pretty much, other than now that they're trying to get running back due to our boy Saquon, that you don't want to mention his name. The Philadelphia needed to bolster their D back, and they did, and look what happened. I mean, Kevin, do you agree? I mean, defensive backs, it's so much offensive passing. Don't you think you need a bench, a lot of bench of defensive backs?
Yeah, it's key. I don't know if you're aware or not, but Javon Holland, he just signed with the Giants from the Dolphins. That was our starting safety for the last 4 years. Oh, and he's pretty decent. He should be a good addition to their cornerback safety.
Well, we appreciate it. Hopefully, we can get the regular Dolphin magic when they leave your team. They get great somewhere else. Hey, I can't talk because that's happening to the Giants, right?
Xavier
McKinney, all these guys are doing really well somewhere else. Xavier McKinney was a great defensive back. I don't know why they got rid of him. But anyhow, all right. So that is good. I like seeing defensive moves, and obviously, if you're gonna say telling us about the safety in your experience, that makes me excited, right? Because we're doing something, right? They're finally starting to build something. That let's see how it turns out. But Byron, let's get back to what you were saying because that's a little bit more breaking news. Let me see if he has it. What is going on with Malik Neighbors? Don't tell me that, man. I like that kid. Don't make me not like the kid.
His toe he had an injury that went back to his college days, and he's having issues with his toe. So now they're like kind of monitoring, it now, in camp. But that might be an issue, during the long, you figure it's an 18-game season, it's a long season. So hopefully that doesn't, knock him out, for any length of time. But yeah, he's had that issue since college. And I don't know why, they didn't, address it in the offseason, as far as if he needed surgery, he should have had surgery in the offseason or shut him down. If he was hurt at the end of the season, shut him down at the end of the season and, take care of it. But, now they're rolling the dice. And basically, we're going to watch him, limit, doing this, but it's going to be an ongoing, lingering problem. Hopefully not, but your toe and your receiver, that's kind of important.
Very, very.
Yeah, well, he had it for a while last year, and he still played well, but at least, you got me nervous. Right. I mean, if it's the toe, I don't want to manage you. Don't get me wrong, but I thought it was something. I thought it was like Kadarius Toney situation, right, or a Tyreek Hill situation. Sorry, Kevin, complaining, and that's what makes me nervous. You know what I mean? If there isn't one who had the right to complain, it would be Malik Neighbors because the guy performed with lousy quarterbacks, and now you got a bunch of quarterbacks. So, he still did well. So, okay, you almost made me fall off my seat. So don't mess with me. I like that kid.
No. We still have to watch it. As far as is it going to be an ongoing problem all year? He dealt with it last year. He dealt with it in college. So this is just like an ongoing thing. So is he going to have the same issue? Because he did miss a couple games, I think last year, with the Giants, and he still put up, big, 1,200 yards,
put up big
80,
numbers,
90 catches, whatever he did. But
he put up big
this
numbers.
is going to be an ongoing problem with his toe.
Well, we put up big numbers, and then we got another couple of receivers. We got some speed, so it's going to help us out. Kevin, that on your team, right?
Yeah.
Having some of those speedsters with a couple players, you got options. You definitely got options there. So we'll see what happens. Okay, first of all, I want to shout out to acknowledge. I see that Hulk Hogan passed away.
Yeah.
71 years old. Wow.
Yeah.
But how did they say? Do you know? Heart
He
attack.
He had a heart attack.
Yeah. I mean, 71 is young. number one, and number two,
it goes in threes. You had Hogan,
Theo, Michael Jamal Warner,
Michael Jamal Warner, and the guy from Black Sabbath. What's his name? Osbourne. Ozzy.
Ozzy too.
Yeah, Chuck Mangione.
Chuck Mangione.
How did Ozzy pass?
Ozzy, I think Ozzy had some health issues over the last few
years.
How
old was he though? He was at least
like 76.
76.
Really? He looked like 76 when he was on his show. He was.
He did a lot of.
He did a lot of stuff. Let me see. He was 76.
Mm-hmm.
That's impressive for a guy that did all the stuff that he did. You know what I mean? I mean, to live to 76 is pretty good. You know what I mean?
Chuck Mangione, the jazz guy.
Yeah.
Chuck Mangione shot, rest in peace, Chuck Mangione. Hulk Hogan, rest in peace. And who's the other? Malcolm
Jamal Warner.
That was surprising to me.
That's the one. That was
they said it was an accidental drowning. Yeah, it was young.
Yeah, Rip Current, I think it was.
Where was he? In California?
Costa Rica.
In Costa Rica. Yeah, man. Costa Rica. Costa Rica's a fun place. So, I'm one. I don't know what he's doing over there, but over there, I don't know how many lifeguards and stuff were there, but the currents are rough. If you don't know how to handle it. One thing about growing up in Jersey, you get used to those currents pretty quick. Byron, I don't know if you went,
No,
you were in the beach
right now,
guy.
Jersey, they have a bacteria thing going, like 13 beaches in New Jersey, so you can't get in the waters up here at all.
Wow.
They must be. They're going to be hurting because you got to pay to get to the beach there, Kevin.
What?
Well,
yeah, you got to pay to get on the beach.
Not all of them. Certain ones.
Okay.
Like
90% of them.
Atlantic City, you don't have to. I think Wildwood one, and it was another
90% of them.
Wow.
Yeah, you're right.
90% of them. Yeah. I mean, I had to go down. We would go down before Memorial Weekend. Got a pass for Belmar for the whole year, and we have to have that pass to get on.
Wow.
So if not, you had to pay every time you got on the beach. So
right.
And they were like Florida beaches, right? But when you swim in Jersey, you're used to those big waves, and you get used to the rip currents. It's people that you don't get. If you're not used to that, it'll take you.
Yeah, it'll take you.
It'll take you. That's terrible. I mean, I feel bad. Prayers out to all the families. And Hulk Hogan. You associate Hulk Hogan. I was an athlete. So you associate him as wrestling. I mean, to me, he's really what really helped wrestling get to where it got.
Oh yeah.
He was that. He was even in Rocky. Remember? He got in Rocky. That was a big dude. I mean, that was a big dude. All right, let's get going. Okay, this is what don't make any sense for me. Giants named Russell Wilson as starting quarterback. Why is that news? Like, were we expecting something different? Like nobody knew?
They make everything.
Kevin, Tyre, you didn't know that Russell Wilson was going to be starting quarterback?
Well, they make everything news. They have to have a story.
They just opened camp. You got to have something to talk about. Hey, let's throw this one out here. Jackson Dart, the first pass he threw, and 7-on-7 was an interception. First pass the kid threw. Back the other way.
Oh man, that's not a good start. So we'll see. And Winston, didn't you say you think he's going to make it to the Saints? Right? You keep saying he's going to go to the Saints.
Yeah, they're going to trade him somewhere. They're going to. Dart is going to be the number 2 guy. And Winston, somebody's gonna call. Hey, we'll give you a 6 and a 7, for him. Okay, we'll take it.
Oh, we'll see. I don't know. I'd like to see. That's how Winston, man. You know what you're gonna get. The problem is you're gonna get TDs, but you're gonna get picks. Mm-hmm. It's just terrible. You know what I mean? And he's a big guy to have the receivers that we have. He's a big guy, but it's just he's
a 30-30 guy. 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions.
Yeah, confusion there. I just thought that was funny having that up. Andrew Thomas opens up training camp on PUP list. And Giants.
That was expected.
Is it? I thought you were all excited about him.
No, because he had the foot, the foot issue, that he had last year, surgery on his foot, and they were saying that, that he was not going to be ready, at the beginning, of camp. So he's another one that, last year when he got hurt, everything sort of just crumbled. When he went out. So hopefully, whoever the backup left tackle is, Lord knows who that could be. Comes in and plays pretty well to hold down the fort, until he's ready to come out there.
Yeah, we can't keep getting depleted on the offensive line. It's just consistent.
And they paid him. He got paid, a couple years ago. It's like this dude is hurt, all the time. It's like, man, this. And then my other guy, my new project, Evan Neal, got first team reps, right guard. He's coming. He's coming on.
Okay, you heard it here, right? Byron didn't pick it, but you've been ripping that guy for years, though.
Killing him.
So
killing him.
This is breakout year. This is breakout year. All right, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens here. Let's get I'm telling you, that field, they got to do something with that field. If they don't do, I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to talk about. We kill it to death. All right, Giants projected to finish last in NFC East according to the new Sports Illustrated forecast. What do you think about that, Kevin?
Well, look at the teams they have in that division. Sounds pretty accurate.
Byron's got them picking it to win. I got the Redskins picking to win the NFC East. He's stuck with it. He's sticking with it.
I'm sticking to my guns. Yes, I'm going to pull it out.
And he said it enough that we could find the recording, because normally he denies, deflect. Was it denied, deflect?
Usually.
But look, Washington, I think, is going to be good. Philly's going to be good. You just never know what you get out of the Dallas, right? And number one, and then you don't know what the Giants. I mean, the Giants, 2 years ago were in the playoffs, right? Was it 2 years ago?
Something like that. Yeah.
Like 3 years ago, they were in playoffs, right? And so, but that was everybody was bad. You just never know what's going to happen in that conference, right? The reason I picked the Redskins is just because I'm going with the numbers. No one's won it back to back in 20-something years, right? Is Philly that team to do it? They're acting like it because they're blowing off that they're the champs. They're all. I guess they've gotten a room, decided to say, guys, we're not the champ. We're not the champs. We're going for another season. We're going from there. They're not even. I think Hurts not even wearing his ring.
Did you see those rings that those guys got?
No, I didn't see it. No. They're big. Big.
Man, they got one where they push the button and the wings come out. Oh man, it was crazy looking.
Wow.
But if the wings come out, does it move your other fingers?
No, it's like it's like where they push something and the wings they come out. It looks cool, but I was like, that's definitely different. That's a ring you definitely not wearing every day.
Right.
Hold on a second. I got something here. Hold on. Let me see if I can share this in a second. This is 5 minutes. Hold on. Let's see, Byron. Let's see what we could show our audience here. Hey, we're going to be showing the Super Bowl ring for Philly. And let me bring it up right now. Let's put that back there. Share screen. Okay. Share screen, Philly Super Bowl ring. All right, let's go. Let's see.
Our Super Bowl
Can you hear that?
champion Philadelphia Eagles has some new hardware.
Yeah, I can hear it.
With wings.
Here we go. There it is.
See that? Wings had a special gathering Friday.
That looks crazy.
Jewelry. And as you can see, the new ring is even bigger than the last one from the 2017 season. Look at that. Look at the comparison. I'm so excited about this. Also, take a look at some of the reactions to the rings once the players receive.
I want to go back to
that. Look at the comparison.
I got to see the wing. Look at can you see this? What is this?
With wings, the team received their new Super Bowl champion rings at a special gathering on Friday.
That is actually
incredible piece of jewelry. And as you can see, the new ring is even bigger than the last one from the 2017 season. Look at that. Look at the comparison. I'm so
That is that. Not for nothing, that's pretty good. Am I still sharing? How do I stop?
Yeah,
Okay.
good.
Okay, let me click here. Good, we're back.
Wow.
All right, man. So it goes out, right? That's interesting. So it's on your ring. It's so big it goes out. Oh my god, that is. I met a gentleman the other day. He played for University of Miami baseball, and he had a championship ring, and that was big. Like I shook his hand, and my hand is. I don't have a tiny hand, but his hand hurt because that ring was so big. Like, what is that? You go to squeeze his hands, like Jesus. It was like a rock. But that ring, that's a nice looking ring, though.
Very much so.
It's so many diamonds, though.
Yeah. Because I think the league gives them a certain amount of money toward the ring, and then anything extra the team has to pay for it.
Well, because usually the diamonds are for the amount of Super Bowls. So normally every ring has one diamond for one Super Bowl, 2 diamonds for 2 Super Bowls, 4 and so forth. But they have diamonds all around this. So I don't know if this is going to jinx them. We'll see what happens. But again, in the NFC East, you never know. And it's all defensive. And we have a habit if we're playing decent, right? If everybody's playing decent, NFL, the rest of the league needs to worry, regardless of the record, because, we have the most Super Bowls. Everyone's won a Super Bowl. The other thing is that in our division, we have a tendency to beat up on each other. So, I'm not saying in the early past, but normally it would be like we would beat Philly. Philly would beat Dallas. Dallas would beat us. Somebody beat the Redskins. It would just keep going back and forth, So our hopes are high on not finishing last. I like to make it somewhere, or at least I'd like to see improvement. Would you agree, Byron? I mean, Byron wins the NFC. For me, I don't know about you, Kevin. How do you feel about your team, right? Don't you want to see good play, right? You want them to win.
Most of the time, I want to see my team compete. Even if we lose, I want to see you compete. I want to see you laying down.
I don't watch lousy football, right? You don't know if it's the guys giving up. If the coaches are bad. It's just too many things. So we'll see what happens. But thanks, Santiago, for posting that out live in there. All right, Giants. Brian Burns fall out with ESPN top linebackers. Top 10 linebackers. What do you think about that, Byron? You kind of liked him, no?
Yeah, I had him. I think on my list, I had him like 5 or 6 or wherever, on that one. But I can't think of 10 that are better than him right now. Let's see, T.J. Watt, Bosa, and all that.
Are those linebackers?
Mack.
Yeah.
You consider those guys
linebackers?
Yeah. You consider those linebackers?
Yeah. Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons, I consider a linebacker more than I do Bosa and Myles Garrett and T.J. Watt.
Well, that's Lawrence Taylor, the one that invented that position. I don't say he invented it, but
Yeah, but he was a linebacker, right?
Yeah.
We were running a 3-4, and he would line up on the edge. He would sometimes not on the edge. Bosa's always on the line.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess they're just changing the name. I guess there's just everybody's a linebacker. And you just got a nose guard, or just 2 tackles. Everybody else is linebackers.
You got interior linebackers, you got outside linebackers.
Yeah, that goes back to because you got to cover, right? There, you got a lot of guys going out.
Yeah.
So
most times those guys are not good in coverage. The guys who are, that's what they do.
All right, let's go. So what he's got next? Jets quarterback Justin Fields suffers right toe injury in training. Did him and Malik Neighbors have a conversation?
He dislocated his toe.
He dislocated his toe?
Yes. Yeah, he hurt.
He hurt for real. You have no base if you don't have your feet. You don't have a base. So
I feel bad for that kid.
For a while.
Then now Pittsburgh. You remember where's Joey? Joe, when you come back on the show, we got to talk. Because, Pittsburgh's looking pretty smart at this point. Now, obviously, you can't predict her injury, and I don't want anyone to get injured. But, they didn't see something in him enough to keep him. So I hope he gets better.
Well,
See how it goes. But Jets just
the one good
Jets. They don't even. They have not even bad luck. They just don't have any luck.
the one good thing about it wasn't at MetLife. It was during in the practice facility. So you can't scream about the field because it's not the field. Yeah, up north.
I gotta call a buddy of mine who coaches there to find out what happened. Get the real scoop up there. Or the real scoop up there. All right, let's get going. Cowboys Jerry Jones takes jab at Micah Parsons' 2024 injury amid contract talks. What is wrong with this guy? I mean, it must be nice to have billions.
I think he's looking for a Herschel Walker deal. Trade him and get a haul of picks.
Interesting. Never heard that side.
My theory. That's my theory.
What do you think about that? I don't think there'll ever be a Herschel Walker, but I could see what you mean. It could be, half.
You're getting a lot for him. You're getting a whole lot for him.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get a whole lot of picks. That's at least two.
Jerry doesn't
what do you think, Byron? That's two first rounders, second rounder.
Oh yeah,
fifth rounder.
But Jerry doesn't like trading players he drafted. That's the only thing. So
he's gonna have to pay the man. You got to pay him because TJ Watt. That's the standard now. That's it. The bar is set.
What do you think, Byron?
For what?
What do you think?
Well, I think he's an 81-year-old man that's set in his ways and wants to do things the way they used to do it. As far as here, this is what I'm going to give you. You can take it or leave it. And right now, it doesn't work like that. If he had signed them last year, instead of doing whatever they're doing, they could have already been locked in. But now you have TJ Watt and that big giant number that he has, and he has to match it.
Well, but Jerry is historically known for waiting long on making deals and end up paying for it. Like it hasn't panned out where he waited and got a deal. It always pans out like, he, like you said, if you would have paid him, we would have saved some money. It's like Tyreek Hill left Kansas City, got a contract, and then all those receivers above all made a lot more money, right? And then he didn't like that. So, but they cut his deal early. But Jerry just constantly waits until the market rises. I mean, I don't see how he thinks that the market is going to go down, right?
It's not going down. No.
No, not for those positions. And the point being is settle the contract before you, especially when other guys in that position that are talented as Micah Parsons. I'm not saying better or not. I'm just saying they're as talented of a player. TJ Watt, you agree, he's got talent, right? If you know that guy's getting ready to get a contract, sign him before then. You set the market. Let these guys pay.
Yeah, but why? And then in turn, why would you turn around? Why would you turn around and kick your guy in the back? Saying that as far he missed 6 games. Why should I pay him? Pretty much, why he misses games, but that's a bad strategy. Whatever it is, it's not good at all.
I think TJ was injured last year too. He missed about 2 or 3 games.
Yep.
It happens. That's football. Yeah. That's a
heavy contact. Pittsburgh's just stand up.
Makes no sense. He did the same thing with Emmitt Smith. Waited.
He did the same thing with Dak. He did the same thing with Emmett. He did it. He's done it with a lot of players.
Yeah.
Look at CeeDee Lamb. Did it with CeeDee Lamb.
Like Byron said, he's stuck in his ways. And he's you're the president, the general manager, the owner. Come on, man.
The guy obviously is obviously brilliant as a businessman, right? You cannot deny that. I would love, Jerry, come on our show. I would love to sit in a room and just ask him, like, what's going on, man? Like, which one is it, right? Do you really want to win another championship? You have less life than you've lived, right? Including myself, but he's a lot older than me, right? Do you really want to win a championship? And if you do, your moves that you're making doesn't look like it. These are not Super Bowl moves. I mean, the team that I really believe that was saying we're going to go get a Super Bowl was the Rams. When they got Stafford, they stacked up that team. That team was built and bought and traded for to win a Super Bowl. And they did it.
True.
And then they fell apart for a couple of years, and now they're coming back. Is that a fair statement, Kevin?
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, they literally built a Super Bowl team. It's like, you bought a Super Bowl team. Byron, do you agree? I mean, they went all in.
Yep.
All in.
And
it's the Rams. In 1 year, went all in.
That's the name of the game, but they're going to pack those seats for the next 10 years because of that Super Bowl.
And then after that, things started falling apart, and then he's got it coming back again, right? They're competitive. They were dangerous last year going into the season, even without a good record. That offense is scary.
They drafted pretty good, too. They got
exactly.
What's that wide receiver? Puka. Yeah, he's gonna be serious.
And they still have Cooper Cup, right?
Yeah, but
he's gone. He's with Seattle. He's in Seattle.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Man, I like that player. He was a good player. All right, well, we'll see what Jerry's going to do there, but I don't even see why he's taking jabs. They always just say it, but it is what it is. Packers signing Zach Tom to a 4-year. Oh my God, $84 million.
Who's that?
He's put that on.
Lineman.
Yeah, that's good. You can put stuff on. I don't know those guys. Look at this. The Packers signed. That's not the one I want to hear. Packers received record $432 million in revenue sharing.
Oh my gosh!
Wow. Why would their revenue sharing? Why is that a record? Why wouldn't everybody get equal? Byron, I'm confused. I thought revenue sharing was sharing revenue.
I don't know with them. Because you figure the town owns the team. Like they have like stockholders, Green Bay. So maybe everybody got a little check.
I mean, I think Joey owns a little piece.
I think he got a little check, probably like $25, $26.
Yeah. Okay, so they received a record $432 million in national revenue sharing in the NFL. This is part of a larger league-wide revenue sharing system where each of the 32 teams receive the same amount. Okay, the Packers' total revenue for fiscal year was $719 million, with the national revenue sharing representing a significant portion of that. Here's the breakdown. The Packers received $436, which is a record for the team. Highlights the league's strong revenue generation, particularly through television. Total revenue, 719, 10% local revenue. I still don't understand. Like, maybe it's a record for them, but wouldn't everybody else receive the same thing? Isn't that the whole point in NFL?
No, I don't think.
Revenue share.
Well, you figure like what the Cowboys get, I think he cut a deal with Pepsi or Coke or whatever he did back in the day. So that's his own, separate deal that he made. He's the one that started it, going back to Jerry Jones as far as, teams capitalizing on, different merchandising things, for their teams.
But that's not revenue sharing. Yeah. In other words, like what Knight, he got in trouble too for it though. What he was doing, it looks like every team got 432, but it must be a record for the Packers, right? NFL teams reportedly received $432 million in a league revenue sharing deal. So every team got it. I guess it's a record for the Packers, right? But what Jerry was doing, which he got in trouble for. Remember when Jerry came in the league, people were not happy with him. Right. So, he had the Nike sign. He gets his own endorsement deals. They get naming rights for the stadiums. Wow. That's different money. That's not revenue sharing. Right. Well, what he was doing, which the league told him to stop, was he would get like a Deion Sanders and negotiate a deal with an endorsement company, pay them less, but get him the money through an endorsement. And that's where the league stepped in and says, oh, no. Can't play that game. You know what I mean? So what he was doing is, I'm going to pay you, but I'm going to get it for you. I'm going to get NIL money. Okay? That's what Jerry was doing when he first started. That's where the problem came, right? They put a stop to that. Yeah, Byron?
No, the whole revenue sharing thing. It started with was Wellington Mara with New York, the Giants back in the day because they wanted, because they all of you figure it's New York. New York is the shining light of the whole NFL, and
It's the Mecca.
they could they could have kept all the money for themselves. But Wellington Meredith, like, you know what? Let's share it with everybody else. So we have a competitive with everybody instead of just being me, and just grabbing all the money. He was part of the whole revenue sharing thing back decades ago.
Well, that's why NFL is the best run sports entertainment in the world, right? Because there's parity, right? You don't have to worry about that. There's a cap. You have. They have revenue sharing, so every team is going to make their money regardless of big or small market. So they incentivize teams to stay. There's not too many teams that have just like disappeared, right? In the NFL, right? Like the Seattle Supersonics don't exist anymore, right? There's quite a few teams in basketball now. They moved. Don't get me wrong, and Baltimore used to be Cleveland, right? But they moved to another, and then they opened up the Cleveland Browns. So I'm just saying is that they seem to keep the same football markets, or they're expanding. I know they're trying to go international. I just can't see how that works. Byron, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, being a former player, going international, man, that's a long ride.
Okay. Yeah,
you got to play.
Okay, say for example,
you can't even play 2 games there, huh?
No. Well, you figure if you're playing in London, okay, so you got to play Seattle. So now you got to get a plane fly all the way across the ocean, all the way to Seattle. That's going to be a lot for the players. As far as being a plane, 20 hours, however long it takes you, to go all the way across the country.
It's 8 hours. It takes 8 hours, and then they're 6 hours ahead, right? And they're flying in like private, like killer planes. So. But it's still, it's still a long, it's jet lag, right? I mean, you're in a different time zone. Coming back is going there is bad because they're ahead, right? So it's like going to California. Like I love going to California. I'm going to San Diego Monday, right? I love going there because no matter what I leave, I catch 3 hours. Coming back is a disaster because I lose 3 hours, right? So it's an entire day to come back. Kevin left us. What happened? All right. So, but I don't know if they play international. We'll see. But they packed the stadiums out in Germany and in London.
Yeah, but why could they they had the European leagues before as far sponsored by the NFL? Why couldn't they just keep that? Because the NFL has grown all over the world. So why couldn't you have a 12-team league, over there that's sponsored by the NFL and basically use it as a minor league
USFL?
System. The guys that
isn't it the USFL?
Not really. Not really. It might be 2 or 3 of those guys, get picked up by an NFL team.
Mm-hmm. I don't. I think that I just think that they want to mimic what the NBA did. The NBA's done an awesome job going international, right? I mean, they've done a really, really good job to the point that, the competition, the top 10 players, I think 7 of them are from outside of the country. Welcome back, Kevin. So we were talking about, going international. Byron said, why don't they just put like a minor league, like a European league out there instead of trying to add a team and so forth? Because it's not a good. What are your thoughts on that first, Kevin? Kevin's having a little bit of technical difficulties. Byron, it's not even a problem with the teams here. I would think that the team there would have the hardest job, right? Because they're the ones going to travel the most.
Sorry about that. I'm having
we can hear you now, Kevin.
Internet problems.
Oh, you must be traveling. You're at one of Byron's timeshares, I think.
Probably.
Really bad. Give me out.
That's the Atlantic City one.
Byron's got like 30 timeshares, and not one of them got internet.
No, they got it. It's just
we got timeshares in like old towns and stuff.
Like Williamsburg and
they got, what is it? It's dial up, really? It makes that.
Well, that wouldn't be surprised. That's the Pocono. The Pocono.
Anyhow, we'll see what happens internationally. We're getting a little bit off topic. Let's go here. I got to look at this before next time. This is for Kevin. So let's talk about hair. There was something. You know what? What time is it? You know what I did want to do, Brian, because you did officially. Jimmy Graham officially retires. Let's see if there's anything exciting. Brian, you got anything exciting? I was going to bring up your top 25 quarterbacks that we never got to.
I had a whole bunch of them that I did.
Yeah, I know. This is why I'm trying to get to them. But sometimes I want to get to them through the season, so I have them all. You know, I have it. I'm gonna bust out the glasses, Byron. I can't see. My contact is bothering me. All right, give me your top 10.
Let's see, offhand. Let's see.
Man, I ain't got my glasses. Oh, well.
Patrick Mahomes.
Here, I got it here. I'm going to share my screen. Hold on.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Share screen. Here. Bang. Okay, I'm going to make it bigger.
Woo.
I still got to teach you freaking how to do Excel.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So
there we go.
All right. So you got Patrick, Lamar. Woo, really? You got Lamar that high? You got Patrick, Lamar, Jalen, Josh, Joe Burrow, Matthew Stafford, Justin Herbert. Let's just deal with the top 10 for today. How's that? You got Brock Purdy in the top 9, in the top 10?
Why not?
Oh, my
Tell me
God.
why not?
I mean, I like the kid. I'm happy he got paid, but not in the top 10. You're going to say, wait a second.
Who else is better than him?
Who do I think is better than Brock Purdy?
That's below 10.
Jordan Love, Jaden Daniels, Jaden Daniels, Jordan Love. I may even take C.J. Stroud. Let me see who else you got. The other ones are two. No. Those guys. I would take right now. I only see those two guys. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, you don't know what you can get, but let's just keep him out because he's old. The other guys are too old.
Purdy has put up numbers since he's been there, and he got paid. Because the guy was, the last player, like we said 1,000 times, the last player picked in the NFL draft, and look what he's done.
He was Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah. You're absolutely
right, but they didn't make it. They didn't make it to. Can we make this bigger? See.
They didn't make a Super Bowl.
I'm sorry?
He's been to a Super Bowl too.
Yeah, no, I like Brock Purdy. I just doing I don't. All right, let me go. So Patrick Mahomes, I'm good with. All right, so I'm gonna keep this and we keep it for later. Okay, Patrick Mahomes, someone's got to throw. File needs to be saved as an Excel. Why? I don't want to be saved. No, I don't. I gotta fix this. You're killing me with this. Okay, I'll say yes there. I don't know if I put Jalen Hurts over Josh Allen.
What?
And yeah, I mean, I'm not a really big.
How many Super Bowls has Jalen Hurts been to?
Yeah, but are we doing top quarterbacks based on Super Bowls? We're doing top quarterback. How many Super Bowls has Lamar Jackson won? Matthew Stafford's won a Super Bowl.
No, the point is that.
But you can't bring up Super Bowl and argue one argument and can't bring it up later.
The point is that Jalen Hurts has performed at a high level since he's been there. He's been there. I'm gonna throw it out. He's been to 2 Super Bowls.
Okay. I'm looking at another screen. So if Kevin comes back, let me know so I can let him in. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
He's been to 2 Super, and I've said this 1,000 times. I've liked him since he's Alabama and Oklahoma.
You did say that, and you said he's gotten improvement. Yes,
and he's gotten better every year since he's been there. And people need to give him his just due. I understand that he has the offensive line. He's got that guy, back there now. He's got probably the 2 best, receivers on the same, probably the best receiving talent. But give him respect. He's been to 2. And I'm not even an Eagle fan, and I'm sitting here saying this. He performed on the highest stage at a high level. If they'd have won the first Super Bowl that he was in, he probably been MVP of that one because he did outperform, Patrick.
That I'll give you.
The first one.
That I'll give you. I like Jalen Hurts though. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's I don't know. I think I like Josh Allen. I like Joe Burrow. By the way, I'm watching that series Quarterback. Have you watched that? I want to start talking about.
Yeah,
that.
I'm watching that now. Yeah.
Let me tell you, my favorite. So look, okay. So I don't agree with Jalen, but I think he's got to be there. Top 5 or somewhere. Okay. Let me see. Brock Purdy at 9. I don't know. Jalen Daniels, I don't agree with him being there. I think he should move up a little bit. I think Jordan Love should move up a little bit. I think they're the only 2 that I would probably mix and move. The rest of those guys, I don't really. After that, they fall off for me. Lamar being number 2.
All right, let's kick.
Yes, sir.
Kick the one guy in the back. Justin Herbert. What has he done since he's been there?
Yeah, that's why I didn't mention him. And I like him, right? I mean, I didn't mention him, and I like him.
He put up big numbers, and when he got to the playoffs, he was awful. So he could be lower easily.
Yeah, but you know what? I wish Joey was on here because at least, Jesus, man, I'm still at number 7. I wish Joey was here because look, Byron, I go back to my argument that when me and Joey just blasted the internet waves when we started crushing Brandon State. Oh, Kevin's back. I thought you were going to tell me when Kevin came back.
I didn't see him come back, and now he's coming back.
Almost. Okay. Kevin, you there? All right. Byron, what were we talking about? Hold on. Trying to do it. That's why I like when Santiago does this. I don't know. I'm just purely if you're going by Super Bowls and stuff, then Lamar Jackson can't be there, right? And Josh Allen has beaten Lamar Jackson. So I mean, Lamar Jackson has to be below him, huh?
Yeah, but Lamar's a 2-time MVP. So yeah, he has to be that high.
How many MVPs Aaron Rodgers have?
Yeah, what, 3, 4? I don't know.
Exactly. He's got like 3, right? So I'm not a big Lamar Jackson fan. I'd like to see him do well. Some of it, I'll be honest with you, Byron, I don't honestly think it's. Okay. We'll come back to this again, but the only ones I would say that I would move out. I like Justin Herbert, but I think he'd be moved down based on some of the stuff he said. But I'm going back to what I was saying with Joey. Remember, they hurt him by not giving that one playoff game, right? I'm a still believer. How do you feel? I'm a still believer that coach should have went for the tie to give his team playoff experience, period. Even if you lost in the first round. Prepare for it, right? It's a brand new season. You mentally have to be a totally different player going into playoffs. And when you don't get that experience, it was there for you. You hurt the team, particularly a young quarterback.
And what happened because of that? He got fired.
Well, he should have got fired in the beginning of the season. All right, we'll come. Let me see this one more time, and then we'll talk about the show a little bit. All right. Yeah, those are the only ones I would move those guys up. I'm not a big here in Lamar Jackson. I'll probably take Allen and maybe Burrows over them. I think Jalen Hurts needs to be in the top 5. I don't have a problem with that. But again, if we go to the top 5, I'd move them around a little bit. I'd probably have Allen up there. I may even have, to be as a pure quarterback, I may have Burrows number 2. I mean, let's stop. Let me stop sharing. What are you? Which seat part of the show you on the quarterback? I'm in season 2. But I don't think I'm supposed to be in season 2.
It's 2 or where? I don't know. It's one of them.
But let me tell you something. But watch the show, right? When you watch it, what I've noticed is Burrow. I like him more than I liked him before. I like Jared Goff better than I liked. I didn't know Jared Goff, so I'll be honest with you. Not that I knew Joe Burrow, but I knew a little bit more of Joe Burrow. The you know who I'm not a fan of Kirk Cousins. Like the show is making me less of a fan of his. Right? I mean, it's just something about like when you see it's Joe Burrow, Jared Goff, it's Kirk Cousins, and who's the other one? There's one more.
I don't remember.
That's bad. We can't remember one of the quarterbacks.
I'm old, man. I'm old.
Yeah, well, so am I. Quarterback. I'm trying to think.
Joe Burrow's pretty
Burrow,
cool because
I like the quarterback. Netflix.
Like Joe Burrow is like a fashion diva, something, you know, with the different outfits that he tries to come to the stage with or whatever.
I like that. He's got a stylist.
Yeah, that's a bit much, man. Come on, man. Just put the
Come
clothes
on. That's
on, man.
because
Get to the stage.
lineman. Come on, man.
Yeah,
It's Joe Burrow,
you don't need
Jared
all
Goff,
that fancy
Kirk
stuff.
Cousins. Okay, it's only those three. We had it right.
Yeah, but Joe,
One,
and then they said he bought a replica of the Batmobile.
No, he was going. Well, I don't know if he finally did it, but then I think because of what happened, he said, "I ain't buying it now," because they didn't get to where he wanted to go. You know what I mean? So I don't know if he actually ended up getting it. That was his goal to get it. But what I liked about Burrow, if you watch that, I think this is why I'm not liking Kirk Cousins, right? And this is probably why they bumped him down. But if you look at it, really, really, this is at least what I picked up. Burrow's always like telling his other teammates how good they are. It's you. Like he threw a screen to Jamar Chase, and everybody's like, "Yeah." He goes, "I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything." Literally, he's just telling everybody, he goes, "Thank you, but I didn't do anything." Right? He goes, "I just gave it to Jamar. Jamar did everything." Right? You know, watch it again. When you're seeing it, watch how he talks about the other players. Watch how he blames himself, right? Everything he does is all either about the team or he blamed himself, no matter what. Even when he put up 44 points and they lost, he goes, "I got to do better." And you don't see that in Kirk Cousins. Like he pumps his chest when he scores a touchdown. He does bring them back. He does play in some big moments, and then everything started going downhill. I'm not up to the point where they made them change. I don't know if that's going to happen in the season, but I don't want to spoil it. If I'm spoiling it for you, sorry. It is what it is. But watch it. And Jared Goff is actually pretty good with his teammates. I've heard nothing but good stuff about, but I think that's the Campbell. I think Campbell, you know what I mean? Campbell was like, "That's my quarterback." Did you see the part when he called him like, "You're my guy," right? That's the bottom line. It made him feel comfortable, made him feel everything. And I think Jared Goff does a good job too of being a good teammate. But they also say that Detroit Lions in general, like when they were at the Pro Bowl and so forth, they were like walking around in packs compared to the other teams. It's like their whole team was, most of the players were all Lions. They were like going to different places, but as a unit, as opposed the other teams were all spread out. Right. And I think Campbell's a great coach. I mean, he really instills, let's go for fourth down. This is what we're going to do. I like that. And again, I like Joe Burrow even better. I like his style. I like that he can get away with it. He is, I think he's playing the role the way he should be playing it. That's my piece.
He's the 2000s Joe Namath, but the fashion player.
Exactly. But he's consistent in playing well. Joe Namath had like one good season. Because statistically, Joe Namath did not.
But he got a Super Bowl.
Eli Manning played better than him. Yes?
Whoa.
What? Statistically?
Yeah, that's true.
Come on. I mean, so, but hey, God bless Joe Namath. I'm just saying too. But I do like the show quarterback. We should talk about a little bit more. I like what they're doing. I like the training, and I really like the relationship between Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, and Jamar and the Burrows and the Chase families. I think that's super cool. And remember, I told you that I heard about this a long time ago, before this came out, that when he called him, he goes, "Get ready, I'm coming for you." Like, that's your college player. Remember, you know what I mean? And it's offense, right, Brian? Byron, if you called me up and say, "Vic, we're coming for you," I'm excited, but I still got to do my part. You got to do your part. But if you were a quarterback, I'm a receiver, and you see it coming for me, I know I'm going to get the ball, right? Like,
he's definitely getting the ball.
Dude, you see them in those places. He's like just going like this, and these guys, they just know each other. They know each other so well. That's why he got them paid. And they live in the same community. Jamar Chase bought the same house. They were with each other all the time. I like stories like that, Byron. They don't talk about that enough. You know what I mean? Where that relationship, and especially, you got a white guy and a black guy. They'll always talk about something bad going on, but they won't talk about something good. The families do tailgating together. I mean, isn't that what they should be promoting? You know what I mean? You got two families.
They should, but they don't.
From two different worlds, and they become close. The families have become close. The guys played college together. They won a national championship together. They made it to the Super Bowl. I wish them nothing. I wish Cincinnati nothing but luck. I'd like to see Joe Burrow win a Super Bowl with Jamar Chase. I think that would be another story. That would be a nice story to see. We won a national championship together, and we won a Super Bowl together. And Jamar Chase is something else, though. I mean, but that's what I like. I didn't do anything. Joe Burrow's losing. I didn't do anything. I just gave it to Jamar. He goes, "When I'm in trouble, find number one." That's it. He goes, "When I'm in trouble, number one knows I'm in trouble. I'm getting it to him, even if I get a shot."
He's as fast as he is.
Yeah. How fast is Jamar Chase? Huh? You want to find out?
No, I didn't realize Jamar Chase was that fast.
How fast is he? 40.
Probably about 4.3, 4.4.
Yeah, he's 4.38. And he recorded a 41-inch vertical, dude.
That's fast.
And that's a high. 41-inch vertical, Byron? That's more than 2 feet.
Yeah.
You know what Michael Jordan's vertical was?
Something crazy.
48 inches. 48 inches.
I didn't think it was that high.
48 inches. Let me double check. I'm pretty positive. I know it's in the 40s. And now I understand why they would say.
Where did he get a shot off?
That's why they said that when he jumps, like what was he saying? Magic Johnson was saying that, what's his name? The Admiral went up to block him and he jumped, and Michael jumped, and Michael just waited, and then the Admiral started coming down. And he goes, Jordan just made a fool, had his tongue out. I mean, let me tell you, those guys have Jordan.
Between 45 and 48.
48 inches,
which is still high.
I got 48 inches on mine.
Yeah, that's pretty high.
Isn't that 36? That's 4 feet. Literally 4 feet, dude. That's really high. And he's 6'6", right? To jump 4 feet, adding to 6'6", right? I mean, so you think about it when he jumps,
he's not blocking his shot.
He's rising. He's right. Yeah, they showed a thing where he made a shot. They go, and it makes him give him a shot. But they were saying that when he took the jump shot, he goes, look how high he is taking the shot, that he could shoot right over the guy because he's so high in the air. But 40 something and a 4.38 and 40 something vertical. Jamar Chase is awesome. So I'm anybody watching the quarterback, I'll watch it. I want to see if I can catch up with season 1. And you know what Santiago tells me today that he didn't know this. I was just a Giant fan. Eli Manning was traded to the Giants for Phillip Rivers. How could you not know that? Then again, Santiago was young. I go, that's what we were saying. There was very few quarterbacks that were going number 1 that were able to demand, look, here's the deal. You need to trade me. I'm not playing for you. Right? John Elway, at least John Elway had baseball, right? He had the Yankees wanted him. I don't know how Eli pulled it off. It was his father or whatever the deal is, but they pulled it off. And Santiago goes, well, Phillip Rivers put up a lot of numbers. I go, yeah, but Eli won me 2 Super Bowls. You know what I mean? So you put up all the numbers. So it kind of worked out. Yeah, so look at Doug Fouts. Doug Fouts put a lot of numbers up, right? When it wasn't when it wasn't a quarterback league, that dude was slinging it. So I was laughing when he told me, because dude, we talked about it on the show that Eli, John Elway, it's very few players that were able to do that, to demand, look, if you pick me, I ain't playing. Nah, just no stuff I wanted to get here. Okay, we got that last piece in. Today. Oh, he's asking me if I watched the WNBA All-Star game. Yeah, I watched a little bit of it. Wasn't too impressed. When Caitlin Clark ain't playing. Do you watch any of the WNBA, Byron?
Yeah, every now and then, but I didn't watch that at all.
You gotta watch Caitlin Clark, though, dude. She is ruthless. She is ruthless. You gotta give her.
I might try one time.
Just do me a favor. Watch a few games, and you'll buy into, like, this girl's something special, because she doesn't say anything when she's literally getting beat up. Right now, the refs are under review because of what they're allowing the other players to do to her. And it's like blatant, and she doesn't say a word. She just goes and puts up numbers. She does a lot of assists. I like her. Aaliyah Boston's awesome. Kelsey, I forgot the other girl's name. Their team is good. The record doesn't show it because Caitlin's been hurt for quite a bit. But man, she's a player, Byron. She's a female Steph Curry, but yeah, she's female Steph Curry with, I think, a lot more assists, and without running around as much as Curry, huh?
I'll try, man. I'll try.
Just watch the Fever. That's all I put on my thing. So watch the Fever. Whenever there's a Fever game, and then I don't know what do you use? What do you watch? What streaming service do you use? YouTube TV, Hulu. What's your cable?
Whatever I can get to.
Well, what do you have? You gotta have something to watch TV.
Yeah, I got Hulu. Yeah, Hulu. And
okay, so Hulu. So make like Indiana Fever for your favorite. And what happens is, I don't know how Hulu works, but YouTube TV, like I can go to a show and I can, instead of watching it, I can watch all the highlights. So it gives you like 50 highlights of the game in baseball, football, all of them. So instead of watching the whole game and, just get in between, it just shows you both teams. And someone's going to do good whenever they're showing the highlight, and whoever has the ball, they're going to do something good unless it's a block, right? But if you watch the highlights, you can get through it in 15, 20 minutes and just watch like some crazy plays.
Well, I'll try.
Try it. Watch it. Those girls can play. Let me tell you, all of them. I like Kelsey Plum. She's good. There's quite a few players that are.
Aja Wilson.
Oh, she's awesome. I mean, she's really good. Asia Wilson, right? She's really good. Kaylin's good. I like Aaliyah Boston's good. And there's another girl on our team that's been an Indiana Fever person since the beginning, never left loyalty. And she's putting up. The girls are really good. Shooting a lot of threes. New York Liberty's a good team. So anyhow, we'll be wrapping it up, Byron, soon. So I hopefully I should be here next week, be on the show next week, but I'll be in San Diego. So it'll be 5 when the show starts. I was gonna make sure I think we're finishing up early, but I got to get on a red eye. But God bless you and the family. Any other announcements you got? Everything good? And players for all this week.
I start tackle football next week, Monday, so that should be interesting.
Awesome. All right, we'll suit up, see if we can play with the kids.
Yeah, picture
All right,
that.
man. You have a good night. Don't forget, every Thursday, 8 p.m. live on YouTube and Facebook and stream on your favorite podcast service. Take care. Peace. Jersey Boys Sports Talk signing off. Later.